Um, Today is day 7, I think. Yeah. This might be a shorter one, but yeah, I would say I feel like everyone needs to focus on being better, you know? Um, it doesn't really matter where you are in life. I feel like every single person, every single one of us can be better, you know? Whether it's exercising, like mental health, um, all of us can do better, you know? That can include at work. Like, I feel like too many people are not giving it their all. And I would agree that I'm kind of in a lost spot where I feel pretty directionless, you know? I think that's the hardest thing is like the directionless part of like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? You know? And it's like, those are tough questions you got to answer. And I wish there was an 8 ball, a magic 8 ball that told us what we wanted to do and what our purpose was in this world, but there's not, you know? And I think it's kind of funny that so many people I feel like never really find their purpose because they're too scared to try new things, you know? I would say that that's a valid thing to be scary about, for sure. Scared about, but you kind of just have to do it. I feel like you have to just put your best foot forward every day and try harder, you know? Because I feel like there's a lack of appreciation for what opportunities we have, you know? I think I said that yesterday too, but it's just like we're so special that we have the opportunity to be on this world at this time in the world, you know, just like it's so special, you know? Another thing would just be like, how can we continue to push forward, you know? Um, I know it's so hard to like continue on your path because I've felt so many times I'm in college right now where just like I didn't want to do shit. You know, I didn't want to do anything. I don't really want to go to class. I know a lot of people don't want to go to class, but like for me personally, I feel it even more I think than other people. And it's just like it sucks, but these are things that we have to do. You know? You got to study and I feel like it's criminal to not put in all your effort, you know, because at the end of the day, I feel like it's so much harder to be happy with yourself if you don't put in all your effort, you know? And you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket per se, but I just feel like, again, there's so many people that are wasting their potential by just not even trying new things or not even trying to improve, you know? Because if you do not put 100% of your effort in, what do you expect to get out? You shouldn't expect a lot. If you're not putting in all of your effort, you're not going to get shit out because you don't deserve it, you know? I'm of the belief that if you're good at something, it will eventually be recognized by someone. If you're great at something, I think people will find you. Like I know there's a bit of luck involved in a lot of different things, but I feel like if you're truly inspiring, you're truly a good person, you're truly great at what you do, someone will find you and seek you out and appreciate that, you know? Because being underappreciated sucks, obviously, but I mean, you need to focus on bettering yourself because even for like just future life, like even if you don't feel like doing these things, you got to think about the future and think about the consequences of your actions. I know it's such a blame, I said blame, but like lame take, like, or normal bland take, like, your actions have consequences and your actions matter, you know? So I would say focus on being your best self, you know? Um, Whether that's through helping others, inspiring others, or exercising. Like there's so many different ways to better yourself. You don't have to start in one spot, but I would say over time it becomes easier to and start doing these things, you know? Like once you start doing these things over time, everything becomes easier and it's not hard to see progress, you know? So I would say, yeah, I mean, again, just like focus on you. How can I better myself? And it can even be like, if you don't feel like bettering yourself for you, which is kind of crazy, but if you don't, that's fine. Think about your parents. Like, think about, I want to make my parents proud. And if you don't have that, think about somebody who's important to you and think about how important it is for you to make them proud because that's all I want to do. All I want to do is make people proud, you know? I want to live up to their expectations. And I know at times it can be hard to feel like you have to live up to expectations. And you don't. You don't have to live up to expectations a lot of the time. A lot of the time, all your parents want to do or that person wants is to see you happy in life. And I think we often get carried away in the fact that we want to do better. I mean, do better, obviously, but we get carried away in like the big things in life and we forget that there's so many little things to appreciate that I just get sad when I think about that, you know? I don't know. What else could we talk about today? I don't know. My face looks kind of cooked right now because I just ate dinner, but look a little bloated. My back's still bothering me a little bit, which sucks, but what are you gonna do about it, you know? Just happens sometimes. But yeah, I would say, how else can you better yourself? I would say, focus on things you can control. You can control if you exercise, you can control if you study for a test. I know a lot of these things might feel hard to do, but I promise you, once you start doing these things, everything else is easier. It becomes easier. Like, things that you thought would always be a chore are not a chore when you just open your eyes and accept life for what it is and what it can be, you know? And it can be great. So I would just say, again, better yourself, not for the you today, maybe, but maybe you as a kid. Think about what you as a kid would want, you know? What was your dream? Was it to have a six pack? Was it to bench 300 pounds? Was it to be an astronaut? It could be anything. Like, think about what you as a child would have wanted because I think that that's a huge thing that people don't understand is like, you may not realize how far you've come in this world. You know, that's another thing. You need to realize how much you've bettered yourself already because a lot of us are trying every day. And that is the biggest thing. If you try every day, that's all that you can ask for, you know? I'm not going to ask you to do more than try every day because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If you can lay down in bed at night and say, I gave it my 110% today, what more can you say? What more can you be mad at? You gave it your all. So I would just say, focus on giving it your all, guys. It's so important to do that in life because when you don't do it, it's like you'll just regret things. You will regret so many things that it's like, do everything you can, you know? Do everything while you can. So, yeah. Hope you guys had a good night. It's pretty late, but we'll get this one out. Appreciate you guys. If anyone's out there, I appreciate you. But I don't know. I want to get into more like maybe talk about some films or something like that, or some TV shows. But yeah, let's catch you next time, I guess. I don't really have much else to say. Bye.